Hey y'all, this is Rock Jaguar, and I am about to discuss the Rams-Jags game. So, to get started, this game was a slugfest. There was a pick thrown by Blake Bortles, there was a fumble caused by Telvin Smith, there was a Brad Nortman blocked punt, and there was, well, let's just say a kickoff return for a touchdown. There was also a muffed punt by Pharaoh Cooper of the Rams. There was a couple penalties that were pretty significant. There was Fournette getting his ankle injured, and Kayvon Webster of the Rams also suffered an injury. And, well, Bortles was ineffective. Goff had a bit of a better day. And it was basically just a defensive game all around. Now, elsewhere in the NFL, the Bears had an upset win over the Ravens. Congratulations to Mitch Trubisky. And the Dolphins upset the Falcons. Congrats to them. The Saints also upset the Lions. Dropped a 50-burger, 52-38. Victory for the Saints. The Cardinals upset the Bucks. The Vikings upset the Packers. The Texans won, as they were supposed to. The Patriots won, as they were supposed to. The Raiders, well, that game was kind of a toss-up, but I expected the Raiders to come out victorious, and they didn't. The Eagles-Panthers game from Thursday night, I projected the Eagles to win, and they did. So that ended up being a good game. The Steelers upset the formerly undefeated Chiefs, which I was not expecting at all, especially after what my Jags did to Big Ben last week and his talk of maybe I don't have it anymore. That definitely played a major role in my thinking on that game. But good job by Pittsburgh to respond. And the Niners barely lost to the Redskins. That was expected to be a blowout, but it wasn't. So there's my brief recap of all the other games, but back to Jacksonville. Fournette had that impressive 75-yard run for a touchdown, but after that, he only gained an additional 70 yards on the ground for the rest of the game. So, and then he got hurt, and, well, then they got behind because of the blocked punt, and Bortles had to start throwing it more than he wanted to and had the pick, and then gave up an additional field goal. And we were moving the ball at the end of the game. I don't know why, but Doug Marrone made a faulty mistake right there with 1 minute and 12 seconds left or about a minute left in the game. He decided to go ahead and attempt a 54-yard field goal with shaky Jason Myers. Myers was shaky today. He hit a field goal earlier, but it was a 41-yarder. He already attempted a 54-yarder earlier and missed it. It was 2nd and 8. They were at the 38-yard line of the Rams. Why not take a shot, get the first down, or take a shot to make it easier, or take a shot at the end zone? You've got speedy Marquise Lee. You've got Keelan Cole. And you could try to get Christian McCaffrey's brother, Max McCaffrey, involved. That would be nice. Get Alan Hearns more involved. Try to do one of those things you did to the Ravens with Mercedes Lewis even. Since that game, Lewis has been very, very quiet. So play calling did leave a bit to be desired. And I also believe that the defense just got worn down. The good thing is that the Jags' run defense didn't do as bad as they were expected to, in that they only gave up 116 yards to Gurley, which is bad, but it's not as bad as people made them out to be. They had that one game against the Jets with that crazy run by Bilal Powell where he literally tripped on his own accord, fell on his face, got back up and ran it for a touchdown, 75 yards. That was a fluke play, and that could have happened against any defense. The Jags actually thought he was down by contact, but he wasn't. And they gave up a touchdown there. But that singular play right there essentially helped skew the run defense numbers. Now, I'm not going to say the run defense is great by any means. It's not. But I don't think it's as bad as the media makes it out to be. Could it be better? Of course. As a Jags fan, we're 3-3. I'm not going to panic on the season. But, I will say this. A pattern has emerged. And if we don't fix this, we're not going to make the playoffs. And this will be Bortles' last season as a Jaguar. Could he possibly be trade bait? I don't know. Maybe. A team might need a backup quarterback. Bortles can definitely be possibly one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. Can he be great? Hell, he still has a shot to be. But I don't think it's going to be with the Jags. So, I think that it would be in the Jags' best interest to look at quarterback, wide receiver, and tight end in the upcoming draft in the first round. Personally, I would go either quarterback or wide receiver in the first round. So far, I'm liking Mason Rudolph out of Oklahoma State and Josh Rosen out of UCLA. Rosen does seem to remind me a bit of Eli Manning. And Rudolph reminds me a little bit, his style reminds me a little bit of the guy that people call the GOAT, which is Tom Brady. So, in that regards, could Rudolph be the next Brady? If he is, I sure as hell want him on my team. What also hurt us is the fact that we didn't have Allen Robinson. He's done for the year, as we all know. If he can come back, and we are able to at least give him a contract extension for one more year, allowing him to prove himself worthy of a bigger contract. Yeah, that's not what he wants, but it'll allow him to showcase that he can bounce back from the injury that he suffered. If he can do that, we can go ahead and throw a multi-year deal at him. Have A-Rob on one side. Let Lee hit the free agency if we're comfortable in that we can replace him in the draft. If we can't get if we don't get Rudolph in the first round, it's very possible he could be in the next round or two. If we do that, then boom, we could get a top-end wide receiver in the first round. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, James Washington, which is also Rudolph's go-to receiver. And we can easily get one of them. Then in the second round, we could either get Rudolph, Baker Mayfield maybe, and have that kind of quarterback. So we can go wide receiver in first round. That way we have a duo of top-notch receivers in Robinson and one of those 4 guys I mentioned. And we can get a tight end such as Mark Andrews or Jaden Hurst. Hurst has picked up some steam a bit. Andrews seems to be another one of those O.J. Howard type of tight ends, though maybe not quite as talented as Howard. And that's okay. Mike Gesicki, I can't even pronounce his name, and the other guy, they're gaining momentum and could possibly be mid-first round picks. I don't see us getting one of them, but I do see us going offense in this upcoming draft. And I'd say offense heavy. Definitely offense heavy. We don't really need any defense. Though, I would go with, and I would be fine if in the, around say the third round, if we ended up having a great value defensive tackle run stuffer come in and stuff the run. That's all we need to do. We just need to stuff the run. That's it. Anyways, I'm going to sign out now. So, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all. Thank you.